Welcome, lovely people. Today I am playing on my PlayStation. I am on the EU server, and I am currently trying to make sure that I can actually see the chat. So I don't necessarily expect anyone very much to be in the chat, because obviously the majority of you are probably sleeping, which is completely fair enough. But I would still like to be able to see it so that I can respond if there is anybody there. Today we are going to be having a look at the Legendary Heroes event that has just dropped on the EU server. I'm sure that means that when reset occurs, you will be able to access it on the US server, Xbox and Switch as well. But for right now, I just need to try and be able to see the chat. So I've got everything on my computer settings correct. So at least that's working. If you guys are able to put some yeses in the chat, if indeed anybody is currently there, so that I do know that this is functioning correctly and you are able to hear me. And if there are no yeses popping on my screen, I'm going to assume either you can't hear me or nobody is here, which is quite a possibility, just saying. All right, it's not coming up on my phone, which we all know happens for me time to time. I'll give it another try, but I will just check on my computer that it is working. To make sure that everything goes nice and smooth. It does look like one person is watching, so that's nice. Thank you. All right, come on. Are you going to work for me? Sound is turned all the way off for me, but... And an ad popped. Okay, I can't even check the sound myself because it's doing that. Skip the ad. All right, let's see if I've got audio. So I do apologize. This means you'll probably be able to hear my voice coming back through my microphone multiple times while I try and test this, if it works for me. But we will just see. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay, let's turn that down. All right, so I can see on my computer that, oh, hello, my mum and Mr. Bunnybones are both here. I'm just going to try and make sure I can get the chat up on my phone, so bear with me a few seconds and then we will go through the new event content together. The first time that I'm having a look at it as well, I literally logged in and saw it pop and went, oh, I should show people. So here we are. All right, so it looks like my sound is working as well, which is wonderful. And the chat is up on my phone. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we're going to log into my villain, Crimson Fire Slinger, because there's a pop-up that comes up on the screen the first time you log in when a new event drops, and I already had it pop on my hero. So we're going to log in so we can see the pop-up, then we'll go across to my hero, and we'll run some of that content and have a look at what the rewards are. So this is what came up on my screen, but won't come up on my screen any longer. It says new event, Legendary Heroes. Sorry, I'm catching my breath. I was talking too fast. Okay. New event, Legendary Heroes. Celebrate iconic heroes from DC Comics during this 2-week event. Team up with legendary characters and play daily to unlock the following rewards. We have the House of L jacket style that you can see on that, I'm going to call her Supergirl, style to the left there. We've got the bowl cut hairstyle. We've got 100 stabilizer fragments and a 20 pack of Mogo berries. I don't know why they call it a pack and don't just say 20 Mogo berries, but that's fine. I think it bugs Multiverse as much as it bugs me. Bugs me? Bugs me. Whatever. The summer sale. Oh! The summer sale continues this week where you can enjoy 30% off all items in the marketplace through July 14th, 2025. I thought that was only going for 1 week. I mean, maybe it was, and they have changed it. I'm not sure, but very nice that they are doing that for everybody who does want to still make purchases, especially if people are interested in that new Imp Mart section. So now that we have read all of that and we can see all the information, let's go across to my hero. And we will play through the content. Now, I don't know how many people are going to be up to play through some of it, so we're going to give it a shot, and if we can't run through it, that's perfectly fine. But the reason it's a good thing that it's on the EU server is because the majority of people on the EU server will likely still be awake right now. So let's all just hope that that's the case. Oh, thank you for being nice to my mum, Bunny Bones. That's lovely. All right, so this is my very sparkly hero, and she already had this chroma on, okay? I've added the aura and the skin, but she already had that chroma. It's not new. All right, let's go over here, and let's have a look at the events tab. So in the event tab, we can see the marquee section across the top. We've got event challenges down on the right-hand side, Death Metal Open World, Danger Crawling, which is a weekly, Construct of Doom weekly, and a raid, The Chasm. I have played that relatively recently as well. Then you can see over on the left-hand side here, we have the event rewards. So we have the jacket that they were talking about. This is fully reclaimable, which means we will be able to download it on every single one of our characters once we have completed the event. Sorry, I just realized my microphone is getting very, very close to my mouth. Then we have the bowl cut, also fully reclaimable, so every single character on your account as well. Then we've got the Mogo Berries one time, and we've got the Stabilizer Fragments also one time. Then there is the buyout. The buyout for this is 2,000 Marketplace, which actually I have and could buy it out right now, and we could have a look. How badly do people want to see it right this second? I don't know. I do think we should play some of the content for people who are unaware of it at this stage, though. So let's go Death Metal Washington. We'll head over and run some of that content. And then potentially at the end, we could just buy it out and have a look at the pieces on my character, which is always a good bit of fun, really. Because seeing it actually on your character is nice. You know, it's a bit different than looking at it in the menu. Why has my UI disappeared? Do I have my UI turned off? That is the question. I probably do, knowing me. It's off the majority of the time, if I'm being honest. Yeah. There we go. Now we're back. Oh, hang on. Paragon Man says, do you have a No, I'm so sorry, Paragon Man. I don't have a minute. Created a style I'm very proud of, but that I cannot show you on your live stream. Well, I'm currently live streaming. I'll just let him know. Here we go. See what happens, guys? If the majority of the time I have my UI off, I don't realize that people are actually messaging me. Currently live streaming. There we go. All right. So yeah, the dailies look like they are something that I have already collected in this area because I have an obsession with going and collecting them and not completing them for some reason. So we'll go to the journal and we'll find location and look for death metal. So we'll scroll all the way up to D. Here we go. And we've got the ones that are complete an amount of missions. Let's find an actual mission. Meet the Robins? Let's go do Meet the Robins. Okay. Paragon says, I'm so sorry. No, you're fine, you're fine. You don't have to apologize. It's all good. Like, majority of the time if I'm on here, I'm either recording a video or I'm live. So, you know, it's fair enough. It's hard to catch me when I'm not doing those things. Mr. Bunnybones asked how much is the buyout. I did say, but just in case that was after I said, it was 2,000 Marketplace cash, and I think at the end of this we'll buy it out and have a look at the style, because honestly, looking at the style on a character is much better than having a look at it in that menu. So I'm going to assume, but I guess we'll find out, that we need to complete more than just one daily out here in order to get that event progression for the, is it 20? Hang on, let's double check and see if my character gets hit, which, you know, there's a possibility that'll happen. I can literally hear it. 10 days. So we're supposed to get this done within a 10-day period, which, I mean, 2,000 is not a bad price for that. I don't mind paying that for you guys so you can see the items. But I will say, I need to get a male character. Wait, is this EU server? This is the EU server. Okay, we can have a look at this on a female character and a male character, but I will say my male character is the large build, like the very bulky build. So I don't know if it'll look as good on that build as it would on a standard athletic build, but I guess we'll have a look and see. And then we'll complete this one and collect on it, and we'll see if one of these dailies counts towards the mission progression. Because if it does, that's very nice. It's a quick one to get done. If it's all 3 dailies, then it might be a little bit longer, or you could potentially do a load-in instead. Did I see Danielle? Danielle, hello Danielle! Lovely to see you! Thank you for popping in! Oh, Doctor said, I'm here. That's Paragon Man for anyone who doesn't know that is also Doctor. He said, I'm here now. Again, very sorry. Oh, you don't need to apologize. People can ask me stuff and talk to me in the game. I'm not fussed. Not in the least bit. But yeah, at least I actually saw it, because a lot of the time I don't think I see them. My UI is off most of the time. Okay, return to Nubia. Let's collect and see if we get progression.
We forced those feral herds to retreat.
No, or maybe, hang on. Sometimes it's slow. Let's have a look. I doubt it, because it had them all in one list together, right? So if we go to Marquee, and we go to this one, it's got the list, right? So we need to get 3. You can see missions completed 1 out of the 3 eligible missions that we need to do. So we're going to go across and do the other ones as well. I won't put them in my journal just because I do already know them. So it's going to be relatively easy for me to just run over and complete them. Oh, thank you. Doctor said I'm on... hang on, it scrolled. If you need any help, I am online. Well, thank you very much. I don't think so. But thank you. I'm just running the event. Potentially when I queue up to try and get one of the weeklies done or the alert, maybe then. But they're also not necessary to complete in order to be able to showcase the stuff for you guys that we're going to receive. So, yeah, not fussed. But yeah, I will attempt to queue for them, and if we do get in and you want to join me, that's perfectly fine. Danielle said, what's the reward for this? Okay, so there's a few. Hang on. Let me I don't know. English and I are not friends. Let me get out of the way of enemies so I'm not getting hit this time. So we have a jacket, which is the House of Al jacket style. We have the bowl cut hairstyle. Then we have 20 Mogo berries and 100 stabilizer fragments. I've already said that at the end of this, I will buy it out, and we will have a look at it on my character. But if you log in on the EU server at the moment, it does pop up, and if you go to the very beginning of my video as well, there's a pop-up that comes up and it does show you both the bowl cut style and the chest piece that we're going to receive. So yeah, if you're wanting to see it right now, that's probably the best way to go. When did this start? This started for the EU server at about their midday, so that would be 2 a.m.? Am I right about that? I think that's 2 a.m. for you guys. But I just realized I'm activating the boss over here. Let's not activate the boss right now. We don't need to do that. Let's get these guys. Yeah, but it activated for us at, I'm going to guess 2 a.m. for the US, which means as soon as your reset occurs on the US server, on the Xbox, and on the Switch, you will have it also. It's just that EU server resets before everybody else's, so we get a little bit of a head start, but we also have it finished sooner, so it's not like we get more time, we just get different time to do it. But yeah, if it's something smaller, they often will just do it in a smaller update when the reset occurs. If it's a big one like the summer event, they'll do our reset at the same time as the US servers reset. So it just depends if it's a big one or not. Oh, Danielle said my dog woke me up at midnight and I was surprised to see you live. Lol. I'm surprised to see me live as well. I wasn't sure if this was going to come in a in the middle of the day update for us. I do try to make sure I'm available so that I can live stream if something does pop for the EU server during our normal downtime so that I can show it for you guys. But in the wrong position. But it doesn't mean I always can. But I also wasn't sure if this would happen. So I didn't want to announce a live stream. I also only announced the live streams that we're going to do together as a group so that people can join in. Anywhere I'm just showcasing something, I don't really think I need to. People tend to watch them later rather than during the time that I put it up anyway. But yeah, I did not announce this one, so it was a little random. But I mean, you can kind of anticipate if the EU server is having a reset, which would be about 2 a.m. for people in the US. If that reset is happening for the EU, I may go live if it's something that pops before it pops on the US server. Then you guys are able to see what the items are and everything before it pops up. Especially also if you're on Xbox and Switch, because they are also same timing as the US server. Mr. Bunnybone says it's 1:43 a.m. here. I just got home an hour and a half ago. Hang on. I am a night owl. Oh, fair enough. I think I'm naturally... Oh, I forgot to get the computer. I think I'm naturally a early riser. I would go to bed early and get up early. But when, you know, you're doing YouTube stuff and you kind of have to rearrange your life around the other things that you do, it kind of means that I am a night owl sometimes and I am an early riser sometimes. We can also test something when we do this. Oh, I can't actually show you because if I swap from one server to another server, it will drop the live. But most of the time, the event tab is something that is available for your account. So if I complete it here on the US server, on the EU server, my apologies, then when we go across to the US server, it should be unlocked for me as well. There's a downside to that. I only get the currency. Oh, hello, Paragon Girl. I only get the currency once. and that would be on the EU server. But the upside is that I can get all of the fully redeemable items on both. So it's like, you know, it comes with both good and bad if you're going to be playing both servers with one account. But, you know, it's kind of handy for a lot of reasons. I've got one more enemy I need to get. Where are they? Over here. Because we are able to do things slightly bit sooner, and then, like, when we received the... Is that you? Hello, Paragon Girl! Okay, we'll head back to Miss Martian. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, if there's something that I want to showcase, because in Little Bohemia on the US server and on the EU server, people tend to showcase their cool styles and things. When something drops on EU, like a capsule with a style or something like that, I can collect it on one character, unlock it with replay badges on the opposite server, and then showcase it at Little Bohemia so people can see if there's something they want, which I find kind of cool. It's only like 10 to 12 hours earlier, but you know, sometimes it's helpful for people to be able to see it sooner so they know what they want to do with it. So that is the progression going across, right? So let's go to Marquee. Oh, that is the wrong button. Marquee. Here we go. So we've got one of the progression across here. We are just going to try and queue up for one of these. So let's try Danger Crawling. Oh, wait, Danger Crawling is a warp? Hang on a second. I thought that was an alert. I'm clearly mistaken. Oh, thank you. Danielle said thanks for showing the rewards. Oh, my pleasure. Did I end up in the same place? No, I didn't. We're in Doomed. It's a similar place, though. Similar place. Okay, that's not helpful. Okay, go back across. What we want is alert. Weekly. Oh, they're both weeklies. Never mind. We only have a raid. I thought we had an alert there. Oh, I'm a little sad about that. Okay, so wait. If I do this, I can't load in. You cannot queue because you are not the group leader. Oh, okay. Paragon, either you need to promote me or I need to boot you. Go back across. Marquee. No. I'll give him a sec just so that the audio from my video catches up to him so he knows what he needs to do. And then I'll have a look at the chat. Bunnybones says it's oh, I've read that before. 1:43 a.m. You are definitely a night owl. Danielle said, and damn it, you need to make an apocalyptian tune on villain side for USPS. I need to make so many tunes. It looks like I'm going to be making a tune actually for the next live. At the moment, it looks like that the votes for that poll, which ends tomorrow. After tomorrow, I will finish that poll. And if we're doing feats, I will put out a request for people's feats that they want to get completed with their character name. And if it's character creation, I have a list of characters that people might want to choose from to see if I should create them. So yeah, it looks like I might be creating another character very, very soon if that wins. It seems to be a little bit head and head with those two options. So if anyone has an opinion and wants to join me for the next live stream, which is the US server, please let me know your preference. Go to the poll so that we end up with what the majority does want to do. Oh, Superman, hello. He said, hello, Shadow. It is indeed 1:45 here on the US side. I thought it was quite early. I just saw you went live, so I'm joining for a bit before I rest. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. All right, let's see if we can, in fact, do the marquee. Don't press the wrong button. I always press the wrong button. Chasm, I can. Beautiful. Okay, let's queue up for the chasm and see if we can get in. Because that would be very nice. Also, great dance moves that you have there, Paragon. I do think that I might need to... Actually, I'm going to go House of Legends for a sec, because I don't know if they've removed the special sale from the vendor for the event. So let's go and have a look at that as well while we're here. Might as well find out if it's about to go away for the US server, because if it is, guys, you might want to pick up whatever you can with your currency before the prices go up. This also might show us how much they're going up by, so let's hope that the vendor has actually changed.
Your efforts in defending Arthur's throne deserve reward.
So the prices have gone up by quite a bit. At least it's not a 50% discount like I thought. I was told by someone in my comments section it's a 25% discount, so at least it's not going up to the ridiculous price that I thought it was, but the prices have indeed gone up. So if you are on the US server and you want to spend your currency while the prices are still down, do it now, because in like 10 hours it's going to be gone. And you don't want to miss out. Actually, less than 10 hours, if I'm being more correct. Yeah, Paragon says they did. Yep. But Mr. Bunnybones says, I have a Batman on the EU server now. I need a Superman, lol. Excellent! So many people are joining the EU server. Aw, you guys are so nice to my mum. Thank you, Superman. Mr. Bunnybones says, I forget, are you playing on hero or villain? Currently, I'm on my hero character. I know she looks like a villain. Basically, every character I create looks like a villain in the end. I don't know. Except Water and Quantum, which look like aquatic people? I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely my hero. But I did go on my villain at the very start just so that pop-up would show up for you guys so we could read through that and you could see the bowl cut and the jacket style. But yeah, I'm on my hero. Oh, hello, Die by Bling. That's definitely an interesting name and an interesting way to go. Hello and welcome. Superman says, hello, Shadows. Oh, I saw that. Did you say it twice? No, you didn't say it twice. I just read it twice. Di said it's daily missions. Yeah, it was daily missions. It's the weekly ones and daily missions in the list. So over here, if we go to the event tab in Marquee. So here, this one is the daily missions at the top that you can see here. We can select it and you can see the drop down box. Then this one is a weekly mission that I think I started. It could have been that one. And then this one is also a weekly mission. And then Chasm is the raid. We're queued for it, but I do have a feeling that we're probably not going to get in, which is perfectly fine. We will buy out that reward and we will have a look because, you know, that's good fun. And that's kind of the point of going live with this, is so you guys can see before you grab it. Oh, Flexforce, hello. He said, hello, Shadow. Hello. It's nice to see you. All right. I have a feeling we probably won't have very much luck with the queue. So let's buy it out, guys. Let's buy it out and have a look at what we get. If I can press the right buttons. We all know I fail at that. All right. So we're going to buy out. Oh, I get a discount on it because I am with a membership. So that's good as well. Let's purchase it. Thank you. All right, claim all. Oh, it already dropped as a claim all. The two currencies had already gone gray, so I probably should have seen that. All right, let's grab the bowl cut and the House of Al jacket, and then we can delete those two. I will grab the Mogo Berries on this character, and Source Marks doesn't appear to come into inventory. Or was it, hang on, what was the currency for it? I think it just drops straight into my currency. Maybe that's why they call it a pack, right? 20 pack of Mogo Berries, and then this one's just 100 stabilizer fragments. So maybe the reason they call it a pack is because it doesn't go straight to our currency, and it goes into our inventory first for collection. And usually you can pass that between other characters, which is kind of cool. All right, let's put the jacket and the hairstyle on, because, I mean, that's what we're here for. So it's the House of Al for the jacket, which I will say I did really like seeing it on Multiverse's video when he was letting us know about it. Oh, it's color locked. That is a color locked jacket. All right, let's remove the shoulder pieces. I think I do remember him vaguely mentioning that it was color locked. So I probably should have kept that in mind when I put this on. I'm going to remove the aura as well, so it's a little bit more clean to see the style. And then we're going to put the hairstyle on. The hairstyle, I feel, is not going to look great on this character, but we're going to have a look anyway and remove the chroma on it. It does look like we can color the hair, so that's at least good. Let's make it a little lighter, because often when we have a black hairstyle, we can't see any of the texture. Okay, so let's turn off UI. So we can see it. See, I'm on and off with the UI all the time. There we go. Okay, so this is what the jacket looks like. I really do like this. I think the colors are so nice. I do wish it wasn't color locked, because I would prefer to put other colors on it. We all know I have like an obsession with black. But the gloves also are kind of cool. That's part of the style there. Let me just make sure. Oh no, I took the glove pieces off that I had because I had like cuffs on her wrists. So that is definitely part of the jacket. I like that. We can see the S on the shoulders, which looks really cool as well. Hey, we match. I mean, kind of. Your colors are better. See, I would like more of a prominent blue on it, but I understand why that's not the case. I do wish it wasn't color locked though, but at least we know we can chuck a chroma on. All right, is there anything on the back? There's a bit of a pattern, but no S. That's fine. It does look really cool. I like the part underneath the arms. Can we get a bit better light? Hang on, stand next to this. Let's see if we can see the blue. It is blue tinged on the underneath of the arm and the sides of her body there, which I do really like also. It's kind of cool. The bowl cut doesn't look as bad as I thought either. I was expecting it to look a little more shaggy and hang a little bit longer. I don't know why, since we do get to actually see it in a picture, which is at the very start of my video if anyone is wondering. But this looks better than I thought. I actually don't hate it. I thought I was going to hate it. It's really not that bad. And with the ears, I kind of like it too. Danielle is asking, was the jacket and hair claimable on all toons? Yes, it is. And we're going to jump to a male toon and have a look at it on him as well. So we will give our lovely friend Paragon a bow. Bye, Paragon! We're about to switch. And we will head over to my male character. So let's log out of here. And let's head across to my male character, which I hope it's the EU server that I made him on. I think so. EU server has one, and then Spock is on the Xbox. I really need a male character on the US server so I can showcase things also. But yeah, at this stage, this is what we've got. Dice said, do we get currency for these? Do you mean, do we get currency for completing the event? I'm not sure what you mean. But yes, we do get currency for the event. So we get Mogo Berries and we get stabilizers, which, you know, I'm quite happy with those. Oh, and I will say, stabilizers, it doesn't matter which server you collect it on because your stabilizer is a cross-account currency. So wherever you collect it, it counts for all your characters on both accounts. So that one doesn't matter too much. Only the Mogo Berries are the ones that you have to be careful where you want to collect them because they'll only go to one server. Oh, I read that. Superman says, I'm going to rest work today. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the live. Thank you for the showcase, Shadow. No problem. Thank you for popping in, Superman. I hope you have a good rest. And we're at the bottom of the chat. Okay, so this was the pop-up that I showed at the start of the video for anyone who was asking. This is the chest style and the hairstyle on those two characters. I like it on the female character more than the male character, that hairstyle, if I'm going to be honest. But let's pop it on this guy, who looks awesome. Okay, he's awesome. But we're going to adjust his style a little bit for this. So let's go to the event and get the reclaimable items, which are just here. So we've got the hairstyle and the jacket both there. Let's grab them. And then we're going to dress him up in something that really isn't going to suit his style at all, but we're going to be stuck with it anyway. All right, let's take off pieces so it's going to be obviously seen instead of, you know, a little bit obscured by everything that he's wearing, which, you know, is a lot. It's a lot of shiny, sparkly, icy looking things. House of L is what we want. House of L jacket. Ooh, it looks good with the chroma. I'm leaving that chroma on for a minute. Darn, he looks great. Okay, remove that. Oh, wait, hands? I didn't remove anything from the hands, did I? Yep, let's remove that. And let's get the headpiece on. Bowl cut. We're going to need to remove that accessory as well. I really do pack my characters with a lot of things, don't I? All right, let's go none for the hair, and let's give it a little less white so we can see the texture in it. Okay. This is, oh, the aura. Sorry, guys, I forgot to remove the aura. I have a lot of things to remove when I do this sort of thing, don't I? Okay, there we go. So the bowl cut, I like better on my female character than on this character, if I'm being honest. I don't hate it, but I don't know, something about the way that it's cut suits my other character more. It might be also his build, because he's leaning so far forward. The hair that goes down the back of his head looks like it's kind of progressing down his neck. Not the biggest fan of that, but otherwise, it's okay. It's okay. But the chest piece is so great. Oh my goodness. I love it with the chroma on him. I will take the chroma off, but I just want to look at it on him for the moment. It looks so cool. Oh, maybe I'll use it on him. He does have a couple of different Superman builds on here as well, because his, like, the story that I kind of have for him makes sense to have Superman stuff. But let's take off the chroma. I'm probably going to swap that jacket in for him if I'm being honest. It's too nice. Ooh, look at it sparkle. Okay. I'm fine. I'm calm. I'm a little bit excited. I like it. But the chest piece is so good. It looks great. Okay, and he's a big build, so I'm very sorry if anyone wanted to see it on an athletic build. I don't have a male character with athletic build, actually. But maybe I should create one for the US server. I think this looks so good. This chest piece is going to be a favorite, I feel. I think a lot of people are going to use it. I think some people will use, is it Guy Gardner hairstyle? Yeah. As well, but I very much prefer the chest piece out of the two items that we receive. Paragon says, so only a 50 feet, that's low. I didn't pay attention to the amount on the feet, but yeah, if it was a 50 feet, then I don't know if I'd call it that low for a 10-day event that costs $20 for the US. I don't know. I that seems relatively fair to me, but maybe I'm comparing it to newer stuff. I don't know. Paragon says, not sure about the hair at all, to be honest. Not many of my toons will probably wear that. Yeah, I don't know that many people will. If it's going to be going down the neck in this way, like, that looks a little bit wrong to me. Hang on, let's swap his shirt so you can see what I mean, because it's not very, very clear. Okay, stand straight, buddy. I know you love your shield, but we're looking at the back of your neck. See how it's like a big straight line at the back of his neck like that? I hate that. The shape is weird to me. I mean, it might only be because of his build, and it might look really, really good on an athletic character, but for me, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that. It doesn't even really look like hair at the very back there. It looks like a piece of something stuck on him. So, yeah, not my favorite thing. Oh, Gaming Lazarus, hello! It's lovely to see you! He said, are you on DCUO Game EU server or US server? I am currently on the EU server because that is where the event has actually dropped. So it won't drop on the US server for another, what are we on, 4 p.m.? 7 to 8 hours, most likely, before you guys also have this on US, Xbox, and Switch. But I want to showcase it so you guys can decide whether or not you want these pieces. He said, hi, all in chat. When have start the DCUO event about Superman? Oh, so I just answered that one. So Gaming Lazarus, this should start for the US server, the Xbox and the Switch within 7 to 8 hours. If you're on the EU server, it's already here. Paragon says you could just create a quick toon and claim the event. Oh, that's true, I could, but then I'd have to delete him. I have a thing, okay? I fall in love with my characters, and then I cannot delete them after I've done it. So I can't do that. I'd have to create a character that I know I'm going to love and want to keep, because otherwise it's going to bother me. Let's chuck the jacket back on for anyone who pops in just to see it. And I might change that hair color a little bit too, so we can see if it looks good with like a blonde or a brown. Where are you, House of L jacket? I do really love it. The jacket is so cool. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's do a blondie color here. There we go. I do like the texture in the hair, I will say. The texture is all right. Oh, Andy! GamerX Andy said, hi, how's it going? Hello, Andy! I was across on Andy's live, and then he finished his live, and then I started my live, so we've swapped places. Mr. Bunnybone says, I want my Superman to have that hair. Why? Why would you do that to your poor Superman? Aw, the poor man. Rose said, it looks like he's wearing a backwards cap on my tablet. Yeah, it does, right? It looks like a backwards cap. That's right. I don't like it. I mean, it's not my favorite. If anyone is doing this event, I think they're going to be doing it for the jacket, more so than for the hairstyle. At least the majority of players, because the jacket is cool. But if people do have a Guy Gardner character, they're going to want this hair as well. Danielle said, is this part 3 of Patrol or something else? This is something else. Patrol still hasn't dropped. I think it might be coming towards the end of the month, if I'm being honest, because otherwise there's too many things overlapping at once. This particular event is Marquee. It's a separate one, and it's to coincide with the Superman movie. So they've brought it in. It sounds like it's going to be for a week. Multiverse and Meta Knight both covered this, so if you're wanting dates and everything, it should be there also. I can't see it right here. No, up the top. There we go. 13 days left, July 8th to July 22nd. So we know that we've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to get it done. Well, everyone else does. I have apparently done it already. But yeah, it's not the campaign yet. I don't know when the campaign is coming, but they did already tell us that it's going to be specific specific episodes. So whatever was after Cursed is the next episode that they're going to do for the campaign, which I'm going to be honest, it's not in my head. If you guys remember what order everything goes in, that would be great, but I'll check on here. Because then we will know. No. Tier 6, please. Cursed. Bottled. Okay, so Bottled is the next world that we're going to be doing. Oh, we're getting close to the end episodes. That's interesting. But yeah, it's not going to be something new and surprising. It's going to be something we fully expect because they did already let us know. Lazarus says, that is good news, thanks. I can later collect feats in DCUO game. I have written you a PlayStation email. Good work with the DCUO video. I don't know. Oh, like a mail in-game? Awesome. And thank you very much. Oh, Danielle said, thanks for keeping us updated. My pleasure, my pleasure. Flex said, did they drop anything for the Imp Mart in the marketplace? Oh, that is a fantastic question. Let's see if they've updated it or changed it around, because I am curious about that. And they've kept the sale going, right? So there's potential for them. No, I was going to say there's potential for them to swap out the items and keep the sale, but no, they have left these same items in. I do think it would be a mistake if they did choose to swap out the items weekly or very, very quickly, because I think they make less money off it, because we're not all getting paid an amount that we can afford to spend that much money in this area. So I feel like they're going to keep just these items for this month, and then potentially they'll bring back the Imp Mart with other items in there. But I'm guessing. I don't know, and they haven't specified, so it's just a guess. It's just a guess. Hi Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler said, I was playing a few hours ago and the game said shutting down. I got so mad, then realized I was on the EU server. Right? But the benefit of that is it shuts down, you swap over to the US server and you keep playing. That's what you do. At least that's what I do. That looks like we are on the bottom of the chat. I am going to try one thing, because I recently bought the Black Nebula Chroma, because we all know I can't help myself. I want to see what it looks like on this jacket. Okay. This is my absolute favorite chroma in the game. It's so nice. Does it work? It does. It doesn't work the exact way that I wanted. This one's probably my favorite on it. Ooh, he looks nice. Oh, I have such an addiction to dark things, don't I? It's so pretty. I love my man character. I need another man character. I mean, it depends how we go, right? If that poll that I have up on my channel ends up with character creation, maybe I should list some male characters that I could create. Or I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping the feats win, because we haven't done that yet. But I also enjoy every single option I've put in my poll, so no matter what you guys end up deciding, I will have a good time anyway. But maybe I should make a male character on the US server, so I've got one on every single server except the Switch. But I'm really happy with these pieces. The jacket in particular is just awesome. I love it. Oh, and I will say, when this was on my other character, it looked like the gloves covered her hands. It doesn't. She was wearing the Sanguine skin. So this, for anyone who doesn't know, the Sanguine skin has black hands and feet with a purple tinge. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I've lost it. I wanted to remove the chroma. There we go. So it probably looked like there were black glove pieces on her palm. It's not the case. So her hand was exposed. It was blue that's kind of like wrapping around part of her hand like this, and his hand like this. His hand is in a weird position. And the black was the skin, not the jacket. So just so everyone's aware. But I mean, you could probably put gloves on. I'm wondering how they would clip them though, because if you put gloves on, usually they go over the top of a jacket, right? They wouldn't go underneath. So maybe where's Biker? Biker's a good one to try. It has gone underneath. Ah, that's great. It's clipping through a little bit though, I will say, but at least you can kind of keep the blue with it. I mean, it's not horrible. My mum was laughing at Nightcrawler. Matthew said late night stream fun. Actually, it's not late night for me. It's 4 p.m. in the afternoon, because I'm in Australia. So it's a late night stream for the majority of people who watch my channel. But for me, this is just, in the afternoon when I'm supposed to be working. Mind you, I do work for my channel as well, so it's fine. Paragon says that does indeed look good. Thank you! I thought so, right? With the chroma on it, it looked so pretty. I love this chroma. It's my favorite. Girth said, so they say you have to do pointer missions for Birds of Prey and Long Live the Legion. What exactly do I have to do? For this event, is that what you're asking? The event doesn't have Birds of Prey in there. Hang on. Let's go across. It says that we've got Death Metal. And the open world is also for Death Metal, right? Unless Construct of Doom. Doom DC, repelling especially terrifying nightmares. Let's just warp. As far as I know, Doom DC isn't Birds of Prey either. Oh. Well, that didn't like it. Now the game has attitude with me. At least the live didn't drop. This does happen to me sometimes on multiple servers. But as far as I know, Birds of Prey is not in that list. Hang on. Let's go back to my main character. And have a look. But as far as I know, the missions are supposed to change halfway through the week, right? So we do one set of missions this week and then, sorry, halfway through the event. So we do one set of missions this week and then next week there's a whole nother set of missions as far as I know. But let's queue up on there and see. Event marquee. Yeah, so this one, this is doomed. Danger crawling? Is that, where are we going for that? Weekly Arachno Overlord. No, none of these are BOP. Let's go here. As far as I know, BOP must be, if it is one of the ones we're doing, it must be for next week when it resets. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, this is doomed. So, no. I'll go to the other world as well, but as far as I can tell, they're both not BOP. I can speak English. Marquee. Yeah, because this is death metal, and danger crawling, I believe, wasn't either. Brainiac. It's bottled that we go to there, right? Same location as death metal, but different world. I don't know. Junior! Hello, Junior! It's nice to see you! Yeah, that's what it is. So, none of them currently are BOP. Which, you know, that's fine. I do like that they do give us daily missions that we can complete in order to get this done, because it means you're not really dependent on any other players playing it with you, which is really, really good. Nightcrawler said it's 1 a.m. where I am. Yeah, I think for the majority of people who watch my channel, it's quite early in the morning or late at night. It's just, for me, it's a normal time. Gertz said, they said on the announcement of the event you have to go to pointer missions for Birds of Prey and long-live the Legion to be able to play the event. Well, I had no trouble. I queued up, like, if you want to rewatch or go back further in the live, you can see that, oops, wrong one, that I queued up through here, and I went and did 3 of these, which is what you need to complete. So you can see there's little yellow lines on the left-hand side in the bottom left-hand side of that square, where it says event progress completed for today. 3 of those have to be lit up for it to be completed, and then you get your progression. So I'm not sure exactly what was said. I did watch the video, but I didn't keep it in my mind really, really well. But it does appear that, at least for this week, you can complete either 3 daily missions, a weekly, or the raid. And then, how come I'm still queued for the raid if I logged out and back in? That said queued, right? Is my game having a hissy fit? It says queued on the right-hand side, but I'm not queued for it. Okay, whatever. The game is having a day, but yeah. Apparently, partway through, there's going to be a change of missions. I don't remember exactly what they were, but I remember vaguely something about you have to complete first week missions in order for the second week missions to work or to function correctly, but I don't remember exactly what was said. Multiverse's video is probably the best place to go for that. He and Meta Knight get foreknowledge on these things, and they get the information that I don't, because they're both part of the Creator League. So going across to their channels and having a look at exactly what they said about it is probably more helpful than what I can garner from just playing the game, because as far as I can tell, BOP has nothing to do with it as yet. Doesn't mean it won't be coming, though. And the 3 open worlds that we've got are definitely not BOP. And these specifically don't have weekly lists on these 2, which is weird. Because I would have expected there to be a list, but that's fine. Nightcrawler said, I need to get out of bed so I can join your league. I mean, every time I do a live stream with you guys, so the ones that I announce on my channel, I always make sure that... You're a cute little character. Cute little character. Okay, I don't know who that is, though. I've got my UI off. Hang on. Settings, UI. There we go. Now we can see who people are. But yeah, when I announce my live streams, those ones I recruit to my league usually at the end, or during if my best friend is on and he adds people in. So if people are wanting to join my league, that's usually the best time to do it. This character is not part of any particular league, I don't... Hang on, wait, let me check. League. No, this is my YouTube character, right? So she probably is part of the league. She is indeed part of the league. Even that girl from AU is in there. So, yeah, at the end of those particular streams, I add people to leagues as needed. Junior said future and present Laura. No, future Laura is not here. No matter how much she wants to be, she cannot be here for the live streams. Doesn't work that way. Junior said, I like the new outfit. Same here as Andy. Andy, what did you say? Andy said it's 2:13 a.m. for me. I see. See, it's very early in the morning for a lot of you. Oh, Paragon's message has disappeared. And it looks like we've hit the bottom of the chat. So, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to voice them now. But otherwise, I think we've covered everything that we need to, or at least that I can show you specifically for the new event. So, you can see with the skin that my character has, her hands look like they're black gloves. They're not black gloves, I promise. I might change her skin so you guys can see it better. I just really love this skin because what it does to the character's eyes, right? The black at the back and then the pop of color is really fun for me. Let's take the skin off. That sounds bad. That sounds like... Never mind. Let's change her skin over to a less... that one. There we go. Now we can see her hands. So, yeah, you will actually see the skin of your character's hands, which, you know, I quite like. Lazarus said, that girl from AU, nice style you have in your DCUO game. Oh, thank you. I don't particularly think the style she has right now is nice because the pieces clearly don't go together. Who would wear a Superman jacket with that? Nobody. But thank you. I like the way she looked beforehand, but the point is to showcase the items, and I really do like this jacket. But yeah, I think that we might be at the end, guys. So thank you if you have joined me, and if you are someone who watches later, I hope this was informative and not too rambly because, you know, rambling is kind of what I do and I can't really help myself. So yeah, but thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you all have a good, probably, night. Big Boy says, hey, hello, and GamerX Andy says, she takes the skin off and puts on another. No! Stop quoting movies! First songs, now movies. Nightcrawler said she hot and cold, lol. Apparently so. Big Boy says, can I ask you a question? Sure, yep. I can answer a question while I'm still here. Yeah, but I'm gonna pop her back into her normal style. Boop. See, she's so pretty. That makes sense together. The jacket is awesome. Big Boy said, can you move side to side really fast in this game? The only way you can is through a dance move that my character doesn't currently have, where they like duck from one side to the other kind of quickly. Otherwise, I don't know. I have super speed, so kind of the fastest you can do is this. I don't know if that's how fast you want to be able to go, but you'd have to have super speed to move that fast. If you have any other movement, it's not going to be that quick. And there's potential for me to actually be a little bit faster than I should be, because I might have the ally in place. I don't. Okay, so that's the standard fast. Yay! So there you go. I hope that answers your question. Like, move the person side to side really fast like that. I did. Anyway, I don't know if that answered your question or not, but I have no other suggestion on how to get your character to move fast. So thank you everybody for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I hope that it was helpful, informative, and if none of those things, at the very least entertaining. And I apologize for all of the rambling because I know I do it like a lot. And yeah, I hope you all, at least the majority of you, I hope you all have a really good night. But otherwise, everybody else, have a good one.